So you're diving into Tuscany, expecting the usual postcard-perfect Florence and the Leaning Tower of Pisa? Think again. Hidden beyond the tourist-packed hotspots are towns so charming, so rich in history, that even some locals keep them as well-guarded secrets. Pack your things, and let's explore this together. Tuscany is the kind of place that makes you question reality. Rolling vineyards, medieval villages, and sunsets that look like Renaissance paintings. But while most people stick to the big names, there are tiny towns hiding in the hills, on the coast, and among the vineyards that offer something even more magical, a taste of Italy untouched by mass tourism. And today we're uncovering them one by one. Tourism has made Tuscany famous, but it's also created a problem: overcrowded destinations that lose their charm during peak seasons. Florence's Uffizi Gallery? Expect long lines. The Leaning Tower of Pisa? Good luck getting a picture without a dozen tourists posing with their holding up the tower hands. But what if I told you there are places in Tuscany where you can step back in time, wander medieval streets in peace, and sip world-class wine without elbowing your way through a crowd? Let's start in Volterra. It's a place where history breathes through every stone. Once a powerful Etruscan city over 2,500 years ago, Volterra still holds on to secrets from an ancient civilization that thrived long before Rome's dominance. Its thick stone walls, originally built to fend off invaders, whisper tales of long-lost battles. As you walk through its winding, cobbled streets, you'll stumble upon remnants of the past. The imposing Porta all'Arco, an Etruscan gateway that has miraculously survived since the 4th century BCE. But beyond its picturesque views and medieval piazzas, Volterra has a haunting side. The town's fortress, built in the 14th century, became one of Italy's most feared prisons. Even today, part of it remains a functioning penitentiary, hidden behind ancient walls. Some say the spirits of former prisoners still linger here, their whispers carried by the Tuscan wind. Volterra is history, beauty, and mystery wrapped into one. Next, we hit San Gimignano, nicknamed the medieval Manhattan, thanks to its towering skyline. But what most people don't know is that these sky-high towers were not just for show. They were status symbols in medieval times, built by rival families competing for dominance. At its peak, San Gimignano had 72 towers piercing the sky. Today, only 14 remain, standing as silent witnesses to centuries of history, feuds, and fortunes. But let's talk about the real treasure hidden here: its food. San Gimignano is a saffron capital, with records dating back to the 13th century showing how this golden spice was once more valuable than gold. Local dishes are infused with its delicate aroma, creating flavors unlike anything else in Tuscany. And if you have a sweet tooth, brace yourself. The town is home to Gelateria Dondoli, a multiple-time world champion in gelato making. Their rich, velvety flavors will redefine everything you thought you knew about ice cream. Then, there's Bolgheri, a coastal escape that feels like stepping into a Tuscan dream. But don't be fooled by its serene beauty. This town holds secrets only the keenest travelers uncover. As you drive through the iconic Viale dei Cipressi, a perfectly aligned avenue of towering cypress trees stretching for nearly 5 kilometers, you'll feel like you're entering another world. This road leads to a town where history and luxury intertwine seamlessly. Bolgheri is renowned for its Super Tuscan wines, a classification that revolutionized Italian winemaking in the 1970s by defying traditional rules to create bold, world-class vintages. The air here carries the scent of aged oak barrels and sea breezes, a reminder that Bolgheri sits at the crossroads of nature's finest elements. Beyond its vineyards, the town's historic castle, dating back to the 13th century, stands as a silent guardian of its legacy. With a harbor that looks straight out of a Renaissance painting, Bolgheri doesn't just invite you in, it captivates you, whispering of old-world charm and modern indulgence in every corner. We can't skip Cortona, the town made famous by Under the Tuscan Sun. Yes, Under the Tuscan Sun put it on the map, but long before Hollywood came knocking, this ancient Etruscan settlement was already a masterpiece. The town dates back over 2,500 years. Its massive stone walls built by the Etruscans still standing strong today. As you wander through its labyrinth of cobbled streets, you'll find echoes of its past in every corner, from medieval churches adorned with Renaissance art to hidden tunnels that whisper stories of forgotten times. But the real magic? It's the views. Perched at nearly 500 meters above sea level, Cortona offers a sweeping panorama of the Val di Chiana, where golden fields stretch endlessly, and Lake Trasimeno shimmers in the distance. It's not just a postcard-worthy town, it's a living, breathing piece of history waiting to be explored. For art lovers, Pietrasanta is a masterpiece itself, a town where creativity seeps from every cobblestone. Known as the City of Artists, this Tuscan gem has been a haven for sculptors and painters for centuries. Why? Because its marble quarries, the same ones that supplied Michelangelo with the flawless Carrara marble for his legendary David, still whisper the secrets of artistic genius. Walking through its historic center feels like stepping into an open-air museum. Bronze statues line the piazzas, contemporary art galleries hide in centuries-old buildings, and artisans sculpt masterpieces in tucked-away workshops. But here's the twist. Pietrasanta isn't just about timeless art, it's also about indulgence. Just a short drive away, the Versilia coastline offers pristine beaches, luxury resorts, and some of the best seafood in Italy. Whether you're drawn by the chisel's touch or the sea's embrace, Pietrasanta promises an experience that blends culture, history, and sheer beauty. Over in Radda and Chianti, the scent of vineyards fills the air. Wine lovers, this is your paradise. But beyond the legendary Chianti Classico, the medieval castle of Broglio offers an unforgettable blend of history and flavor. This fortress has stood since the 11th century, its walls having witnessed centuries of battles, betrayals, and Tuscan resilience. Owned by the noble Ricasoli family for nearly 900 years, it was here that Baron Bettino Ricasoli perfected the original Chianti recipe, a blend that set the gold standard for Italian wines. As you walk through the ancient stone halls, the ghosts of the past seem to linger, whispering of secret alliances, feuds, and the ever-present pursuit of the perfect vintage. The vineyards that surround the castle aren't just picturesque. They hold vines that have been cultivated with the same passion for centuries. And when you finally sip a glass of Chianti Classico Reserva, aged in the cellars of Broglio itself, you're not just tasting wine, you're tasting history. Finally, let's talk about Pienza, the ideal city. But why is it called that? Well, in the 15th century, Pope Pius II had a grand vision to transform his humble birthplace into a utopian Renaissance town. And with the help of architect Bernardo Rossellino, that vision became reality. Every street, every piazza, and every building was meticulously designed to reflect perfect harmony and balance. Walking through Pienza is like stepping into a living masterpiece. Elegant palaces, symmetrical streets, and breathtaking views of the Val d'Orcia stretch out before you like an oil painting come to life. But beyond its beauty, Pienza is famous for something even richer, its legendary pecorino cheese. Aged in caves, wrapped in walnut leaves, or infused with truffles, this sheep's milk cheese has been perfected over centuries. Locals say you haven't truly tasted Tuscany until you've savored a slice of Pienza's pecorino. So, are you ready to take that first bite? Each of these towns holds a secret, a story, a taste, or a view that makes it uniquely unforgettable. Imagine sitting in a quiet piazza in Montepulciano, watching the sunset with a glass of wine, knowing you're experiencing Tuscany in a way most tourists never will. That's the magic of these hidden gems. Now, here's where you come in. What other hidden treasures have you found in Tuscany? Which of these towns are calling your name? The best part of travel isn't just discovering new places, it's sharing them. Let's keep the adventure going in the comments. If you enjoyed uncovering these secret towns, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more off-the-beaten-path travel discoveries. And if you've been to any of these places, or have your own hidden gem to share, drop a comment below. Tuscany still has so much more to reveal, and we're just getting started. Until next time.